Hey, good morning to you. Welcome back to Morning Live. A final look now at your sport news for this Friday morning. Now, the foundation for successful football projects normally resides in the strength of development programs in that project. Now, football nations have numerous programs running throughout the season in order to expose talent that might have been missed to the relevant people. One such person is a coach, Thabo Senong, who is going to spend parts of his off-season with the Engen Knockout Challenge, traveling throughout the entire South Africa to look out for talent and empower coaches as well as players where he is called upon. A good morning to you, Coach. The last time we saw you was during the Africa Cup of Nations. Good to have you back in the country.
Good morning and thank you for having me. Good to be here always.
Let's talk about development tournaments such as the Engen Knockout, because for a lot of people, it's the one place where they can actually get identified and get the exposure that is necessary, not only from a player point of view, but also from a coach point of view. How important would you say these programs are?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you look at the talent that we have in abundance in our country, most of our players, they are engaged in league programs in their respective LFAs. But it's a competition that really stimulates the talents because you get to observe and witness the best playing against the best. So a tournament like the Engen Challenge has always been an excellent platform for players to engage at a very, very advanced level, because you get to see elite academies playing against elite academies. It's an obviously play-to-win situation. And of course, coaches also get to share information, get to interact. And scouts as well, national team scouts, they are able to come and witness the talent in one space. And I've always felt that this kind of provincial tournaments are very good to give us a direction of developing players for the country. And eventually the provincial winners will be playing against other provincial winners in a champ of champs format to get the best team that will represent the country.
And I like that you touch on the fact that there are scouts that are there also from a national team perspective, because we know now, I mean, we've seen our under-15s are doing very well for South Africa. We want to grow in terms of the under-17s, under-20s. But from a club point of view, would you say a lot of you're seeing a lot of the clubs also coming and scouting and trying to find talent?
Yeah, absolutely, because the vision of the Engen tournament has always been to combine community clubs and give them an opportunity to play against elite academies like your Stellenbosch in Cape Town Spurs, academies that have already excelled in player development and with good resources in their disposal. So they can be able to scout some players from the community clubs, but also thankfully there are always scouts that are brought by those respective DStv Premier League clubs. SuperSport United, Mamelodi Sundowns, and many more, Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates. They'll always make sure that they have scouts, because in a country like South Africa, with the talent that we have, scouting has to be a continuous process, because there are a lot of players coming from disadvantaged backgrounds, school setups, community setups. So we can never stop scouting, and we can never stop putting programs that can put these talents in their platform. Hence, the Engen has done that, and there's also the ladies tournament for the past 4 years as well. Now the girls under 20 are also part of the tournament, which also assist our national under 17 women's team, Abantwana, and of course Basitsana under 20. Eventually those girls will get to graduate into Banyana setup.
And I love that, because I think we've seen the growth of women's football over the past couple of years, and to have them incorporated now in the challenge also speaks volumes about the direction that we're taking in terms of development. For parents though as well, because so many times parents just don't know where to take their children. Like, how does anyone get exposed to seeing my child, how talented my child is? And it's also just that issue of safety and concern. Are these people legit? Are they not legit? I suppose with this setup, it does give them that comfort to know that it's run within the proper structures, and it's not someone coming to you and saying, give me money, I'll go put your child somewhere to be seen and to excel.
Yeah, absolutely, Vusiwe. The tournament has been existing for the past 2 decades. It has been consistent in terms of player production and also solid organization, whether it's played in Gauteng, Free State Province, be it the Eastern Cape or KZN. Now it's starting in the Western Cape Province. And it has always been a good environment for parents to interact with coaches and for coaches to also share knowledge in between the matches, because there's a lot of interaction and the social cohesion that takes place in the players' development, because a player from Stellenbosch can be able to interact with a player from Cape Town City Academy. That's sometimes part of the social skills, life skills element that has to be addressed, because the objective of the Engen tournament is to produce that holistic player who's so rounded in life skills, social skills, and also technically. And that can only happen when you are always put in a diverse environment where you get to see players from different academies, different corners of the province. So I'm actually excited that this tournament is back. I remember vividly, I used to be part of this tournament, at Orlando Pirates, 2010, 2008, and it has continued to produce excellent players for our country.
Indeed it has, and that's the Engen Knockout Challenge. A big thank you to Coach Thabo Senong. He will be out in the streets of South Africa trying to find the next big talents around the country. Cape Town is first up for Coach Thabo Senong. And that's the note in which we wrap up your sport news for today right here on Morning Live. Do remember the Proteas in action tomorrow against Netherlands, but tonight Bafana Bafana do take on Nigeria in the World Cup qualifiers.